Every once in a while a car comes along that makes you rethink what driving really means. It is not about raw horsepower or flashy electronics, but about the connection between man and machine, the purity of control that makes every input meaningful. Imagine a car that rewards precision, balance, and timing, a machine that demands your full attention while making every corner, every shift, and every brake feel like an achievement. Today we are diving into one of the most celebrated examples of this philosophy, the BMW E30 325i from 1989, a car that has earned its reputation as the ultimate analog driver's experience. From its finely balanced chassis to its intuitive manual transmission, the E30 325i continues to inspire drivers decades after its debut. Before we dive into the full story of what makes this car exceptional, hit like, subscribe, and comment below on which classic car we should explore next. When the BMW E30 325i arrived in 1989, it was the culmination of a design philosophy that prioritized the driver above all else. It was a time when sports sedans were measured not by lap times alone, but by the way they communicated every nuance of motion back to the driver. The E30 325i embodied this with a perfect rear-wheel drive balance, a near 50-50 weight distribution, and a naturally aspirated inline-six engine that offered smooth, predictable power delivery without artificial aids. Its suspension was firm yet compliant, allowing it to maintain composure over corners and bumps alike, and the steering was precise, mechanically connected, and free from electronic filters, making every turn feel deliberate and satisfying. Inside, the cabin emphasized functionality and driver focus, with ergonomically positioned controls and seats that held occupants securely without sacrificing comfort for short or long drives. Even decades later, the tactile feedback from the gear lever and pedals remains a benchmark for enthusiasts who crave an unmediated connection with their car. While competitors at the time offered similar performance numbers, few delivered the same engagement, the same clarity of purpose that made each drive feel like a collaboration rather than a commute. Beyond its engineering, the E30 325i introduced a subtle elegance, with clean lines and understated proportions that conveyed competence without shouting. It was equally at home on winding back roads as it was in city traffic, a versatile tool for those who understood and appreciated the thrill of driving. Ownership demanded attention and care, from regular maintenance to understanding the quirks of mechanical components, and this responsibility further deepened the bond between driver and machine. Enthusiasts often describe the E30 325i as forgiving yet demanding, offering rewards for skillful inputs while punishing laziness or overconfidence in a way that taught patience, precision, and anticipation. This driver-centric philosophy extended to aftermarket tuning, where the E30 responded predictably to suspension tweaks, engine adjustments, and weight reductions, further cementing its reputation as a canvas for those seeking pure performance. The cultural impact was immediate, as the E30 became a staple among club racers, autocross participants, and spirited weekend drivers, setting a standard that many modern cars still aspire to meet. Even today, the market for well-preserved examples reflects a reverence for its engineering and the driving experience it provides, making it as relevant in garages as it was on the road 3 decades ago. The story of the 1989 BMW E30 325i is therefore not just one of specifications and aesthetics, but of a philosophy that places the driver at the center, demanding engagement and offering satisfaction in return, and this approach lays the foundation for understanding why it remains the ultimate analog driver's car. Under the hood, the 1989 BMW E30 325i reveals the heart of its enduring appeal. The 2.5-liter M20 inline-six engine produces a modest yet perfectly linear 168 horsepower, emphasizing smooth power delivery over brute force, which makes every acceleration feel controlled and intentional. This engine, paired with a 5-speed manual transmission, allows drivers to fully orchestrate the car's performance, from rev-matched downshifts to precise throttle modulation through corners. Unlike many modern vehicles, there are no electronic assists to intervene, no traction control to soften mistakes, meaning every ounce of grip and every wheel slip is directly influenced by the driver. The suspension setup is equally thoughtful, with McPherson struts up front and semi-trailing arms at the rear, tuned to deliver both stability and agility. allowing the chassis to respond predictably to weight transfer while communicating road conditions through steering and seat-of-the-pants feedback. Braking is straightforward and confidence-inspiring, with ventilated discs that offer consistent feel under repeated use, reinforcing the sense of command over the machine. Enthusiasts often note that it is not the outright speed of the E30 that impresses, but the clarity of its responses, the way the car reveals subtleties in input and cornering technique, teaching drivers about timing, balance, and anticipation. Inside, the driver-oriented cockpit reinforces this philosophy, with gauges angled toward the steering wheel, a thick-rimmed steering wheel for precise control, and a layout that makes every switch and lever immediately intuitive. Every element, from pedal spacing to shifter throw, contributes to an experience where the car feels like an extension of the driver rather than a separate machine. Even the steering, without hydraulic or electronic intervention, offers weight and feedback that changes with speed and road surface, creating a connection that is rare in modern cars. The E30 also shines in its adaptability, as it can be gently spirited around backroads or pushed hard on a track, revealing a composure that speaks to decades of BMW engineering refinement. It balances predictability with engagement, rewarding skill while still being approachable for attentive drivers. This balance extends to its weight and proportions, as the car's compact dimensions, low center of gravity, and well-distributed mass make it nimble yet stable, a combination that many modern competitors struggle to replicate. Aftermarket communities have long celebrated the E30 for its tunable chassis and engine, where suspension geometry adjustments, engine modifications, and brake upgrades can enhance performance without compromising the analog purity that defines it. Enthusiasts often debate whether its enduring appeal comes from nostalgia or genuine driving merit. Yet every test drive reveals a car that communicates in a way few modern vehicles do, offering lessons in patience, finesse, and precision. This mechanical honesty, combined with a chassis that rewards attentiveness and skill, elevates the 1989 BMW E30 beyond mere transportation, positioning it as a timeless example of engineering designed around the driver. Understanding these elements provides insight into why the E30 remains a reference point for analog performance and why its reputation as the ultimate driver's car continues to grow among collectors and enthusiasts alike. The intricate interplay of engine, transmission, suspension, and chassis makes it not just a car, but a masterclass in mechanical communication and driver engagement, setting the stage for the broader impact it has had on automotive culture and sports sedan design. The cultural and automotive impact of the 1989 BMW E30 extends far beyond its specifications. It became a symbol of what a driver-focused car could be, influencing generations of enthusiasts, tuners, and even the design direction of future BMW models. Its reputation as a pure analog experience inspired a passionate community, from track day devotees to weekend drivers who cherish the tactile feedback and mechanical honesty it provides. The E30 also occupies a unique place in collector culture, where well-preserved examples command respect and maintain strong market value because they represent an era when driving skill mattered more than electronic aids or performance numbers alone. Its influence is visible in modern vehicles that attempt to recreate the sense of connection and engagement, though few succeed at matching the simplicity and immediacy of the original. Racing clubs and autocross events still feature E30s, proving their competitiveness and durability decades after production ended, and enthusiasts continue to push boundaries through careful modification while retaining the core principles of balance and precision. The car's aesthetics have endured as well, with its clean, timeless lines making it instantly recognizable, a design that communicates purpose without excess. It serves as a reminder that performance does not always require extreme power or complex systems, but rather a harmonious integration of engine, transmission, suspension, and driver skill. The 1989 BMW E30 has also become a teaching tool, showing new generations of drivers the value of anticipating handling characteristics, modulating inputs, and understanding the cause and effect relationship between steering, throttle, and braking. Its legacy extends into popular culture, photography, automotive journalism, and motorsport, where it is often cited as the quintessential example of a car that rewards skill, encourages engagement, and maintains relevance decades. After its debut, ownership remains a journey in itself, demanding care, attention, and a willingness to engage with mechanical systems directly, and this process only deepens the connection between car and driver. Enthusiasts frequently highlight how driving an E30 325i reinforces principles of patience, smoothness, and control, lessons that translate into improved skill behind the wheel of any vehicle. In a broader sense, the E30 325i demonstrates that design philosophy and driving experience can be just as important as raw metrics, and it challenges modern automakers to consider driver engagement as a priority. Decades after its release, it stands not only as a mechanical achievement but also as a cultural touchstone, embodying the values of purity, precision, and analog enjoyment that continue to inspire and inform the way we think about sports sedans and performance driving today. The 1989 BMW E30 325i remains an enduring symbol of driver-focused engineering, a car that emphasizes connection, precision, and mechanical honesty over sheer speed or electronic intervention. From its balanced rear-wheel drive chassis and naturally aspirated inline-six engine to its intuitive manual transmission and tactile steering, every element was designed to engage the driver fully and reward skillful inputs. Its suspension and brake systems communicate road conditions with clarity, teaching patience and precision, while the cockpit layout reinforces focus and control, making each drive a deliberate and satisfying experience. Beyond its technical attributes, the E30 325i influenced automotive culture, inspiring enthusiasts, tuners, and future generations of BMW sports sedans, while earning a devoted following among collectors who value its timeless design and driving purity. It stands as both a teaching tool and a benchmark, demonstrating that the joy of driving is not always measured in horsepower, but in responsiveness, balance, and harmony between man and machine. The E30 325i's legacy continues in track events, club races, and spirited drives where its predictability, engagement, and adaptability shine, offering lessons that modern cars often dilute with electronics. Ownership itself fosters a deeper understanding of mechanics and driving skill, strengthening the bond between driver and vehicle in a way few modern cars can replicate. The aesthetic appeal of the car, clean and understated, mirrors its engineering philosophy, conveying competence without excess and remaining instantly recognizable decades later. Ultimately, the 1989 BMW E30 325i demonstrates that a car's value is measured not only by numbers or accolades but by the connection it fosters, the skills it teaches, and the enduring joy it delivers. It is a reminder that the ultimate driver's car is one that challenges, rewards, and inspires, and its influence continues to resonate within automotive culture and among those who seek the purest driving experience possible.